It's the little things you do and the big ways you care. It's the simple things you say and the warmth that you share. It's the smile when you're near me and kind ways you hear me that show me you will be there. My world's a little brighter because of your love. I reach a little higher when you lift me up. You show me who I am and what I can be. Oh, thank you to the ones who mother me. It's the quiet ways you serve that teach me to give. It's the courage in your heart that shows me how to live. And your light is a beacon that leads through the darkness and helps me to find peace in the storm. My world's a little brighter because of your love, and I reach a little higher when you lift me up. You show me who I am and what I can be. Oh, thank you to the ones who mother me. I have angels in heaven who help and bless me too, and I have a little heaven on earth because God created you. My world's a little brighter because of your love. I reach a little higher when you lift me up. You show me who I am and what I can be. Oh, thank you to the ones who mother me. Thank you to the ones who mother me.
Mother's Day is complicated. Joyful for many, yes, but complicated. It's right there on the calendar, even if your mother has died. Even if you've been told yet again that you're still not pregnant, or if you've never been more scared than you are right now because you are pregnant, it's Mother's Day. Even if your own mother's priorities included everything but you, there's going to be a Mother's Day Google Doodle with flowers and pink stuff. Even if you have scars, ones you can see or ones you can't, it's Mother's Day. That cake mix commercial is going to roll out 4 times an hour, even when you can't stop shaking and crying because you can't believe you slapped your little boy today. It's Mother's Day, and we all have to live with that in those silent, breathless moments, because even when the baby dies, it's Mother's Day. And so let's go to church. Let's be a church where we can acknowledge how difficult it is to have this day right alongside how joyful this day can be. Let's be a church where we don't pretend that There aren't inky depths of space between us even when we sing. Let's be a church that fills the space between our differences with love. Because even in the most broken places, there is room for love. We can be that church. Come, let us begin in our gray hymnal by rising and singing as we are able. Hymn number 18, What Wondrous Love.
What wondrous love is this, O my soul,
O my soul? What wondrous love is this, O my soul? What wondrous love is this that brings my heart such bliss and takes away the pain of my soul, and takes away the pain of my soul. When I was sinking down, sinking down, sinking down. When I was sinking down, sinking down. When I was sinking down beneath my sorrow's ground, friends to me gathered round. Oh my soul, oh my soul. Friends to me gathered round, oh my soul. To love and to all friends I will sing, I will sing. To love and to all friends I will sing. To love and to all friends who pain and sorrow mend, with thanks unto the end, I will sing, I will sing. With thanks unto the end, I will sing.
My name is Kathleen Hogue, and I am the Director of Religious Exploration here at UUYO. We are also joined by Elaine Habiger, our worship associate for the morning. We are so happy you can be with us today, whether it is on Facebook, Zoom, later on YouTube, or right here in person. What a joy it is to be together.
Minister, Reverend Joseph, is away on sabbatical and will return in June. Reverend Joseph is our called minister at UUYO. As minister, he has built on our church's legacy of community engagement and social justice in Youngstown, Ohio, through service as chaplain for the Youngstown Police Department and Clergy Caucus Chair for Action, a grassroots community organizing collective that demands social justice for residents of the inner city. Reverend Joseph has a Master's of Divinity from Union Theological Seminary in New York. He served as a chaplain at Rikers Island Jail and held a prestigious preaching fellowship at the First Unitarian Church of Cleveland in Shaker Heights.
Children will be remaining with us during the service today. Kids, please help yourselves quietly to the toys in the back corner. There are books and activity packs as well. Just remember to return them when our service is over. Don't worry, younglings and Padawans, we will be back to training next week. Again, we reground ourselves here in our highest values.
Love is the center and foundation of this faith.
Love is the power that holds us together as a community.
As we enter into worship, then, let us open our hearts to the healing power of liberating love.
Because love is not only something that we receive, but something we practice in community.
Let fall away all that might distract us from the wholehearted practice of love.
Let us be accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love.
As we continue to listen and learn, to act and grow, may each unfold in wholeness, both deeply loving and truly loved. And I will do announcements now.
So now we have the chalice lighting, and I'd like to invite Karen up to do that.
Good morning, everyone. I've been a mother for 41 years, so I have received many wonderful Mother's Day gifts, but the first two were the most memorable. On the morning of my first Mother's Day, I woke up disoriented and groggy and realized that my baby daughter Anne had slept through the night for the first time, and the parents out there truly understand what a wonderful gift that is. Before my second Mother's Day, my husband asked me what I wanted, and I replied that I wanted us to go to church. And even though he and I are from very different religious backgrounds, we both wanted our daughter to have the same experiences we had had of being in a community with shared values, that she could grow up being encouraged to live a life of meaning and purpose, and to know that she was loved in that community. A friend of ours suggested the UU Church of Youngstown to us. So, 40 years ago today, I walked through those back doors for the first time. And Ellen Satry, I know you're here, Ellen Satry, recruited me to serve on the RE committee. And by 1986, I was the director of religious education for this church. This congregation supported me, trained me, and lovingly launched me on my career as a professional religious educator. Now, you may know that the children of DREs are often among the first to arrive on a Sunday morning and the last to leave. They often have near perfect attendance, since RE leaders often figure that if they are going to work so hard to create an excellent program for children, then their own children are certainly going to participate. During her middle and high school years, my daughter Anne was deeply involved in UU youth programming on both the district and denominational level. She grew up as a churchy girl, as I like to say, and remains an active UU to this day. When she was 18 and graduating from high school and done with the RE program, I asked her how she thought she had benefited from growing up in a UU church. Her response was deliberate and thoughtful. Anne said that growing up UU gave her the tools to be a leader, to bravely speak up when her voice is needed, and to listen well and respectfully. And she said that growing up UU instilled a desire in her to treat everyone fairly and with love. So what more could a mother ask for? We light this chalice. It's lit. We light this chalice because we are Unitarian Universalists. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart.
Now we're going to go backwards in your order of service and do the announcements.
Next week is Adult Forum. That is before service, excuse me, at 9:30. The topic is the Youngstown Business Incubator, force of habit. And then also today is worship planning for June, 12:15 to 1:15. This meeting of the Worship Associates is open to all members who would like to take part in planning services for June. Also, there will be an introduction to mindfulness meditation, resting in loving awareness. This begins on Wednesday this week. It will be Wednesdays, May 15th through June 19th from 7 till 8:30 p.m. This group will be led by Jennifer Cancio in Channing Hall, and I believe possibly also online. Jen is enrolled in Mindfulness Meditation Teacher Certification Program and is now in her second year. She has an extensive background in meditation and a strong desire to help others through teaching. If you are interested, you may call her, and the number is in the back of the order of service today. Also, if you have not requested a name badge, feel free to do so. You may find yours, if you have, on the table in the back of the sanctuary. I did it already.
So now this is the time where I invite you to turn and greet your neighbors. Stand up and introduce yourselves. There you go.
Too soft. Should I ring it again? Okay. I'm learning. Just yell at it.
Our story for today is called Why a Daughter Needs a Mom, and it is by Gregory Lang with pictures by Sydney Hansen. And this is my son-in-law, Nick, for everybody who hasn't met him. From the first time I held you, so perfect and new, I promised to do everything that I could do to help you become your most wonderful you, my darling, my daughter, girl. Cheerful adventures, loving and bright, curious, mischievous, sure that you're right. I'll help you appreciate your inner light and love yourself as I love you. If someone should say what you value is wrong or push you aside and say you don't belong, I'll help you stand up for yourself and be strong and believe in yourself as I do. I'll always support you in giving your all in every endeavor, the big and the small, and be there to catch you in case you should fall. I hope you believe this is true. On days when it seems as though nothing goes right, just look for the funny side. Keep it in sight. There's nothing like laughter to make your load light. Chin up. Keep on smiling, my girl. I'll teach you to notice the world all around, how mystery, beauty, and wonder abound, how things to give thanks for can always be found. Be grateful as I am for you. I'll listen to you when things weigh on your mind. We'll talk it all through till your troubles unwind. And at moments when life feels a little unkind, I'll always be right here for you. We'll try out new styles for our clothes and our hair and find the most perfect you outfit to wear. Look your best, feel your best, then go on out there and take on the world, my brave girl. Make sure, my sweet girl, that you find time each day to dream, to imagine. To read and to play. Your mind and your heart work much better that way. My own heart knows this to be true. I'll teach you to put love in all that you do, from packing a lunchbox to tying a shoe. Patience makes perfect with anything new. Love makes the world better, sweet girl. True friendship's a flower that blossoms with care. Do what you can to keep arguments rare. Learn to cooperate, compromise, share, and hold your friends closely to you. Sometimes it's hard to be patient, I know. You want to grow up and your progress is slow, but the oak started out as an acorn, you know. You'll get there, my go-getter girl. Look at the world in your own special way. Know that a different perspective's okay. You may not agree with what other folks say. It's all right to be different, my girl. Go after the things that most matter to you, although they may seem quite a challenge to do. Each day brings your chances to try something new. Reach for the stars, dearest girl. I love you for all that you are and will be, for everything good you have given to me. You make me the mother I hoped I would be. My darling, my daughter, my world. The end. So now, we're going to read our covenant that you can find in your order of service. Love is the spirit of this church and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and love, and to help one another. Thank you.
We will now have the offertory. This is the time in the service where we acknowledge and share our abundance. Congregation leaders, both volunteers and staff members, work diligently throughout the year to be careful and attentive stewards of the congregation and its funds. Countless meetings, reports, documents, and budgets are necessary to maintain the health of an organization especially one that has endured over many years and generations, such as ours. We depend on our tools and on our teams to track where every dollar goes. But the gifts you make to our weekly offering or through your annual pledge represent far more than lines on a spreadsheet. Your contributions are a tangible commitment to the mission and vision of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Youngstown. Each time you give, you renew this commitment. And as a result, your support is entwined with all that we believe and all that we do here together. This is its own special gift. In this spirit of trust and generosity, we gratefully accept this offering that will support UUYO's operating fund.
I am down, and oh, my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burden me, then I am still and wait here in the silence till you come and sit a while. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I'm on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to stand on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to stand on mountains. You raise me up to stand on stormy seas. And I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Okay, I'm going to go off script here for just a second and tell you about a gift that my son has been giving me for quite a few years now. It's a game. The game is hide the spider and freak each other out. And so, oh, there he is back there now. So So yes, he hides the spider, and I find it, and he knows I found it because of the shriek. It was a pretty real-looking spider for a while, but we got kind of used to it and kind of found out that there were not that many places that we could hide it and freak each other out. The best one was when I took some fishing line and I tied it up on the bathroom door with some tape, and so then when he opened the door, it fell down. That was really good. But now he has resorted to something else. He's hiding Pokemon characters up on the pulpit that he knows I'm going to be speaking from. So yes, this is our guest for the rest of the service here. We'll put him right here, okay? Let us tell stories of mothers, stories that could be true. Let us tell of warm mothers, soft and round, likely to be found with flour on their nose, and always ready to pour you a glass of milk to go with the cookies on your plate. These mothers are increasingly rare. Let us tell of mothers who are like bubbles of champagne. They surprise you. They surprise your senses, leave you giggly, but when you least expect it, they erupt with an unexpected pop. Stories that could be true. Then there are grouchy mothers, stressed mothers, exhausted mothers, faces lined with worry and spirits tired and gray. Other mothers are wise and reliable, not prone to many words or to a lot of noise, but you know that when you need them, they will be there. Let us tell of fierce mothers, the ones who will love you even when you're wrong. Let us tell also of absent mothers whose memory shimmers at the edge of your heart. Let us tell of distant mothers, cruel mothers, loving mothers, giving mothers. There are walk-away mothers, save the world mothers, too busy mothers, mothers you cry because you lost them, and mothers who make you cry because you can't. Stories that could be true. May we hold in our hearts the mothers we have known, those who loved us and those who tried. May we forgive the mothers who didn't get it right and try to release the knots of disappointment, anger, grief, pain. May we hold in our hearts the truth that mothering, nurturing, is a task that belongs to us all. However old or young you are, whatever your gender, may you make extra room for nurturing in your life this week. May you say something real to a harried store clerk, give a coworker a genuine compliment, take time to listen deeply to a friend. In our shared silence, may we remember and reflect and create anew the stories of love and nurture from this point forward, stories that can be true.
We are switching up our last hymn this morning to number 105. So if you'll turn to hymn number 105.
Jeff?
Hey Jeff, we're on special music. I hope you dance. Not 105. No, I hope you dance. Yeah.
So in just a few minutes, we're going to need hymn 105, so just make a mental note of that. Talk amongst yourself for a minute there. Boy, it's tough getting old. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the chance to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth it. Love might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just the fighting chance. And when you get the chance to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one other opens. Promise me you'll give faith a fighting chance. When you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance.
Today's reading is called Love and Liberation by Adrienne Marie Brown. One thing I have observed: when we are engaged in acts of love, we humans are at our best and most resilient. The love and romance that makes us want to be better people, the love of children that makes us change our whole lives to meet their needs, the love of family that makes us drop everything to take care of them, the love of community that makes us work tirelessly with broken hearts. Perhaps humans' core function is love. Love leads us to observe in a much deeper way than any other emotion. If love were the central practice of a new generation of organizers and spiritual leaders, it would have a massive impact on what was considered organizing. If the goal was to increase the love rather than winning or dominating a constant opponent, I think we could actually imagine liberation from constant oppression. We would suddenly be seeing everything we do, everyone we meet, not through the tactical eyes of war, but through eyes of love. We would see that there's no such thing as a blank canvas, an empty land, or a new idea, But everywhere there is complex, ancient, fertile ground full of potential. We would organize with the perspective that there is wisdom and experience and amazing story in the communities we love. And instead of starting up new ideas, organizations all the time, we would want to listen, support, collaborate, merge, and grow through fusion, not competition. We would understand that the strength of our movement is in the strength of our relationships, which could only be measured by their depth. Scaling up would mean going deeper, being more vulnerable, and more empathetic.
Could you imagine a world where we all lifted each other up? If we could actually still love each other even when the other is not like us, or even when the other needs so much more help than we could ever imagine to be raised up from poverty, alcoholism, self-loathing, and despair. What if we just treated everyone if they were small children in our community? What if we could just leave everyone a Hallmark card, one that said, "You are loved, you are worthy, you are smart, you are enough"? A few months ago, I spoke to this congregation about conflict and communication. I believe we all agreed that human relationships are complicated. I shared with you that I lost one of the complicated relationships that was in my life. It was my stepfather, and he passed away. So this month, I invited one of my most complicated relationships to live with me and Jimmy. That is my daughter, Katrina. Now, my daughter wasn't the whole package. There's also the boyfriend, Nick, and my grandchildren, Amari and Aster Pandora, Panda for short. It's been a full week since we all came together in this one house, and it has been really hard. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Of course not. Some serious issues have come up. Some sleep has definitely been lost. There are times, I'm sure, that we all wanted to scream, but mostly we don't. There are times when I want to give up and say this was a crazy idea, but I don't. There have been times when we share together some stories of the past, some things that we might have missed during our time apart, and things we remember, the special moments of growing up back when Katrina's dad was alive. We laughed together. We're working hard to get the space in the house to fit these 4 more people. There are times when we try to look about a year or so ahead and hope that we will all still be together, but not actually together, them in their own space. I love them, all of them. I want them to do well, to be well, to succeed. Maybe that is my mothering instinct. Some say it's what's called unconditional love. Unconditional love is a type of affection and caring that does not depend on any conditions or limitations. In the animal kingdom, this kind of love is often attributed to mothers due to their instinctual drive to nurture and protect their offspring. Many animal mothers demonstrate behaviors that could be seen as unconditional love. For example, elephants. Elephant mothers are known for their strong bonds with their calves, which they protect and teach for several years. Elephant herds led by matriarchs also exhibit communal care, where all the females in a herd will look after and protect each other's young. Primates. Many primates, include chimpanzees and gorillas, have strong maternal bonds. They carry their young for extended periods, groom them, and are very attentive to their needs. And I'm sure you've heard about whales and dolphins. Whales and dolphin mothers are observed to be extremely attentive and protective of their calves, often seen pushing them to the surface for air and defending them against predators. Even birds. Some bird species are known for their nurturing behaviors, with both parents often sharing the responsibility of feeding and protecting their young. Emperor penguins, for example, endure harsh Antarctic conditions to ensure the survival of their chicks. The concept of unconditional love in animals is a bit anthropomorphic, meaning it applies human characteristics to non-human entities, just like we do with our dogs. We say, oh yeah, they're waiting for me to come home, and, we don't know that. But we do, don't we? So while the behaviors are instinctual and driven by the need to ensure the survival of their offspring, they can appear as unconditional love to human observers. It's important to note that in nature, there are also cases where mothers may abandon or even harm their offspring due to stress, lack of resources, or if the offspring is sickly, which would not align with our typical human conception of conditional love. Now, as we all know, this can also be true of human mothers as well. We've all heard the stories of abuse and abandonment. But we've also heard about this miracle of fostering and adoption as well. So when one mother cannot care for a child or refuses to care for a child, then another mother steps up. So this is when a person willingly takes in a child, either knowing or not knowing all the issues that the child may have, and loves that child anyways. The act of fostering or adopting a child is indeed a profound expression of love and compassion. It involves opening one's home and heart to a child who may have experienced difficulties or uncertainties in their life, and it requires a commitment to support and care for that child regardless of challenges that they may have. This act of unconditional love can not only transform the life of the child, but also enrich the lives of those who choose to foster or adopt. The decision to foster or adopt often involves careful consideration and a strong desire to make a positive difference in a child's life. It speaks to the capacity of humans to extend their empathy and resources to those in need, creating new family bonds that are based on choice and dedication rather than biology alone. And for those who already have biological children, it is a demonstration that love is not a finite resource, but rather something that increases in value as it is given freely to others. When we show love, kindness, and compassion, these acts can inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of positivity that can have a ripple effect through a community or society. I've been there. At the age of 15, I quit school to care for my nephew, little Ray. There were no legalities, there was no adoption. I just stepped up when the baby's mother left. He was born premature, blind, and mentally disabled, so I knew there were issues. I might share some more issues with you down the road, but the reason I bring this up now is because I want to tell you that it was a tough couple of years, but it was also rewarding. I think it shaped who I became as a mother to my own children. For those who have experienced fostering or adopting a child, it can be a journey filled with learning, growth, and immense rewards. It's a testament to the human spirit's ability to extend kindness and open-minded acceptance, providing a nurturing environment where a child can feel secure, loved, and valued. To me, this is the purest form of unconditional love between humans. If you would like to explore adopting or fostering a child, contact the Mahoning County Children's Services here in Youngstown at 330-941-8888. And you would not believe how many children are out there. And I had considered this actually before my family came to live with me. I had considered adoption because even though I don't have a lot, I've got something, and I've got love. And I know every one of of you out there also have that. And it doesn't matter how old you are either. So our prayer today comes from Reverend Linda Hart. From where we have come, this breath, these fingers, a heart that opens and closes and open and closes. What is it that has made this body, feet and legs, hair and teeth? We come into consciousness in the middle of the story. The world and its vast life reaches far before we knew and grasps at the future that we cannot see. And here we are, living these days for better or for worse. Whatever acts of chance occurred to bring us to birth, whatever happenstance laid this particular path for our lives in these moments of calm and stillness, let our hearts open in gratitude for the gifts that can be found along the way, for love given sweet and free, for the peace of the morning and the warm colors of the sunset, for the grace of companions and moments of ongoing birth as our hearts are renewed, and for those who have offered us the gift of mothering, those who have given us life, no matter their age or gender, those who have tended and cared, who have offered support and comfort. Our next hymn is not number 129, Let Love Continue On. As was noted earlier, it is 105, From Age to Age. Please rise as you are willing and able.
From age to age shall grandly rise the prophet souls in line. Above the passing centuries, like beacon lights they shine. Like beacon lights they shine. They witness to one heritage, one spirit quickening breath, one widening reign from age to age of freedom and of faith, of freedom and of faith. Their kindling power our souls confess, though dead they speak to pray. How great the cloud of witnesses encompassing our way, encompassing our way. Through every race, in every clime, one song shall yet be heard. Move onward in thy course sublime, O everlasting word, O everlasting word.
So my benediction for this morning is an interactive one. Before you go, let us all say to each other, you are loved. You are worthy. Say it.
This.
You are smart.
smart.
You are enough.
You are enough.
That's right.
Being kind, being brave, being just, being merciful, being hopeful. This is how we keep the chalice flame burning until we are together again to light it anew.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong, and may you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung, and may you stay forever